and welcome to Hixxy Studio. In this video we are going to be looking at how to make this lovely bookmark. It's really effective but really simple to make. We're going to be using this die from Janine's art from the Butterfly Touch collection called Butterfly Border. Okay, and we are also going to use some of the gorgeous Cosmic Shimmer watercolor inks to make this lovely rainbow. So we have Fiery Sunset for our red, we have Juicy Orange for our orange, we have our yellow is Ray of Sunshine, our green is Holly Green, then we have Nearly Navy, and I think it's Glorious Grape. Yeah, Glorious Grape. So those are our inks. Now some of them are pearlescent. You can just see in the bottom. So I'm just going to give them. The grape one isn't, and the juicy orange one isn't. I'm just going to give those a shake just to get some of the pearlescent back into the ink. Okay. That one is, yep, so let's just give them a bit of a shake. So it really is one of the most the exercises. Okay, right. Okay, we may not have all the pearlescents in there, but at least you'll get the idea of the colours. So I'm just going to use a very small dish to get a little bit of ink because you really don't need a lot at all. So we'll start with, well, let's start with the red. Let's get them in the right order. I'm going to give it a bit of a more vigorous shake. Okay, so if you've not seen these inks before, they come in this lovely bottle with this depressor stopper, because inside is a pipette. So when you open up, you've got the pipette, and then that stopper fills and empties the pipette. So this is our Fiery Sunset. This is our red. So I'm literally only going to put 4 drops. That might even be more than we need. So there's our red. Let's move them out of the way as we do them. Then we've got our juicy orange, and they do look fairly similar, but as you can see there is a difference. And then we have our no, we don't want red orange, Roy G Biv, red orange yellow green blue indigo violet, red orange, and then we have our lovely Ray of Sunshine. Then we have our Holly Green in there. And then we have our Nearly Navy. And then, last and by no means least, we have our Glorious Grape. There we go. So there we have. Oh, that's lovely. Cool. And I will admit, when I made the sample, I did not have Glorious Grape. So the one we're going to do now is going to look a little bit different. I have to make my own purple there. Excuse me. So we need a piece of white stamping card, and I have made this roughly just under 7 inches by 2 1/4. Okay, and literally all we are going to do is we are going to take the inks. I'm going to make my brush wet, but then take the water off. And actually I'm going to get a piece of paper just to take off any excess moisture, because I want it damp. I don't want it wet, because what I want is the vibrancy of the inks to show. So we're going to start with red, and I'm turning my card sort of on the slant, because I'm going to go, at least that way I can go across, but I'm still getting the stripes as we go down. So here is our red. There we go, there's our red. Okay, and I'm not rinsing my brush, but I'm going to take off the excess there, so that when I go into the orange, I get the orange. I'm just going to slightly take it in the back, take it so that it blends. So we've got red, we've got our orange, now we're going into our yellow. There we go, it's our yellow. Bring it up a little bit into the orange so that it blends in. What do we next? Orange, yellow, green. Here we go. Here's our lovely green. Oh, I'm going to have to rein it in a bit because I'm going to run out of room for our gorgeous grape. Here's our nearly navy. There you go. Here's our lovely blue. I've gone a little bit in the green with that, so it's gone a bit muddy. The blue is there. Let's put a little bit more on. It comes blue. And then our... Yay, now that's more of a purple than the one I made, isn't it? There we go. Isn't that cool? Right, so that's as difficult as it gets. I'm going to move it to one side, put my brush in, rinse that off, and then I'm just going to get my rice paper and clean up my ink so we don't waste any. There we go. Right, now I am going to, because I rather like that purple, I am going to heat this one. So I'll just go quiet a little bit while this dries. I know I said I'd go quiet, but you can see I've got quite a lot of water on, so I am just dabbing it. Where I'll say in a minute once the heat thing's gone off. Okay, I think looking at it, can you see if I bring this one over, you can see that it's not as smooth as this one, and that's because I think I put more ink on, but I don't dislike that. It gives it a little bit more sort of character, a little bit more texture. So just make sure we haven't got any ink going everywhere. So our next job, let's put that to one side. That can continue drying. Our next job is to cut our piece of decoration, and that all I'm doing is using a piece of black card that's just big enough for the die, and I'm going to secure that in place with the low-tack tape. I'm going to grab my plates, which are right in front of me. Whoa, that was almost the ink gone. It's on my paper. And we will put that down in our sandwich, and off that goes through our Gemini. I'm going to move that too, and here it comes. Okie dokie, right, we are through. Get that out, and we are going to remove the tape. And the card's coming with it, which is good, shows it's cut really well. And we are going to, there we go, that's come off. I'm going to get my dry cleaning brush and just run it over the back. Oh, I've pulled that. In my haste, I pulled that little curly hue thing round. So we're going to just go over this, and I'm going to get my pokey tool because the cut just hasn't come right out. Okie dokie, no. Everything's just coming straight out as I'm poking it. I can run my brush. There we go. See? You see it's just falling out as I'm running my brush over it. For some reason it didn't want to come straight out of the die. There we go. Bits and we're done. So this is now going to put the way, and this is now going to stick onto our lovely rainbow background. I'm going to get my glue and my tweezers. It's quite a delicate one. Make sure I get it round the right way. And I am going to make sure I'm getting glue on all the relevant bits that I need to make sure are going to stick. A little bit on the ends of these sort of fine bits. We are going to block this off onto a piece of scrap, which is why I've got that little bit of white card there ready, just so that it doesn't just squish everywhere. And then I'm gonna cover up that little bit of inky fingers. I transferred. Okay, and then we have a piece of black that is just bigger than our rainbow piece, and we are going to, right, now on this one I curved just the bits out of the corners of the black, but I'm going to do it on all of it this time. You may have a corner rounder like this. Some people have them on their trimmers. It just gives it a nicer sort of finish than just the sort of square corners. This is something that's been in my stash for many, many, many years. Okay, can't beat a good old-fashioned corner rounder. So we are going to stick this on to our black card. Okay, like so. And then the final thing we need to do is we need to punch a hole. And I'm going to turn to the back. Now, in fact, I'm going to do it on the front so that I can get it roughly centre and not too far on the top. Give myself a little mark. Put it into my crocodile and take that away. And then I have a little bit of black ribbon recut ready. Just slip through the hole. Pull the two ends through the loop. And there you have your rainbow bookmark. Two very different looks. Like I said, this time I think I went a little bit heavy-handed with the ink, but certainly gives a different look. Whichever you like, feel free to use. Thank you for joining me.